Hello everyone who's ever wanted to see Christmas commercialism in action in a violent sandboxy format. I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. More specifically, the Christmas campaign, which I keep getting confused is the 2025 Christmas campaign, not the 2026 one, because that one hasn't been invented yet, I guess. So anyway, I had a go at this, and what you're watching right now is a playthrough of all of it, because it took me about 5 hours, and I hate to say it, a lot of it was kind of repetitive and, not something you'd want to see at normal speed, so here we go. And I very deliberately have not watched Lathrix's little playthrough of it, and haven't watched anyone else's either, so sorry Gmoderism, haven't seen your one either. Don't mind me, my Earthstorm Gremlin didn't have materials in it, and so it just fell out of the sky. I panicked so hard. So anyway, what I've done here is, of the 5 hours of footage, I have basically cut out all the non-combat stuff, and all the combat footage is sped up ×2, because I think that would be, I think that'll be fun. Nice and concise. I didn't want to do this in more than one video, because, I don't know, it's a late video. It's getting close to mid-January, you're almost certainly seeing this mid-January, and Christmas is over. We get to have the joy of not being in Christmas anymore, and that's fantastic. So, Christmas campaign. I have never really liked the From the Depths Christmas campaign, and not just because I am a Scroogey Grinch person who's not that fond of Christmas to begin with. The only thing that makes it good is my family, for me personally, and everything else can go to hell. But, the Christmas campaign, I have multiple gripes with. Firstly, I forgot that this damn thing had a volume limit, which is why this became an unintentional challenge mode of beating the whole thing using only the Earthstorm Gremlin, which, if you do not know, is my little starting front-sider APS helicopter thing, which has proven to be very, very good at what it does, which is being a starting craft. It just is nice and versatile. It can shoot fast things like this. What is this? Christmas Bandit? I forget what the hell this is called. But anyway, it can shoot things down, and that's very nice. So, the volume limit for the Christmas campaign is about 3,500 blocks or something like that? 3,500, cubic meters. And the only really functional, up-to-date thing I have in that size range is the Earthstorm Gremlin. So this wasn't entirely by choice. That's just kind of how things turned out. There are, I think, 2 separate instances of this campaign where I tried to use something else. I tried to, just as an experiment, bring in an old disgraceful craft, yes, the space cheese, what was it? The Hailstorm missile bomber, which is like a space thingy. Never turned out very well. And I only did that after the elf sent space cheese at me, so I felt justified. And if you like watching the flamethrower snowman get killed, you are in for a frickin' treat, because that happens a lot. And also, yeah, these things, here's the thing, these things are great fun to shoot. They're great. They're lovely, they're great. There's another one. For whatever reason, Elf really, really liked to send lots of flamethrowers at me. Also, I'm not sure what was exploding back there. This thing doesn't use ammo. I wonder if this thing was hastily converted from the OG flamethrower snowman, which I believe used APS. I might be misremembering that. I might have just made that up in my tiny brain. But there you go. Here's the thing. I do like the aesthetics of this campaign, but there's just there's the volume limit, and there's the fact that I get that I think the AI can only build craft that are within the volume limit, but they have special vehicles which are allowed to be over. Here's the problem though. And this is partially my own damn fault, because I couldn't be bothered to build anything specific for this campaign. But man, the HQs take a long time to kill if the only vehicles you have are within the volume limit. It's just kind of But I do like the mistletoe, because the mistletoe is an excellent pun. It's got little flappy mistletoe wings. And Earthstorm Gremlin did just fine. The Earthstorm Gremlin's performance in this whole campaign was just generally very good, because it's good against small stuff. Anything its size or smaller, it does very well against, particularly if it's smaller, because it kind of swoops in, gets close, and shoots at point blank so it doesn't miss. Thank you, Empress Azusa, for inventing the Anatus, so that that measure was not just advisable, but essential. Yeah, those of you who don't know, the custom campaign, Barons of the North, has a tiny, crappy little vehicle called the Anatus, which is so tiny and has such a small detection signature on every level that it's actually kind of difficult to shoot at. You need to get right on top of it to even see it, let alone put shells through its tiny little brain. Much like my tiny little brain. So yeah, this is just like, there's another snowman. Again, they explode very satisfactorily. I do like it. Also, I think possibly I should have turned the trees off for this, because this is supposed to be the North Pole. So yeah. Ooh, AI dead. Perfect. Whee! There's just something about watching a snowman just fall out of the sky, which is like quite fun. Oh, I mentioned Space Cheese? The North Star. There it is. I'm like, yes! Yes! You used a spacecraft. That means I'm allowed. And then it didn't work out very well anyway. So, what would I recommend for the Christmas campaign? I'd probably recommend, well, the Elfstrom Gremlin, and I probably should have built something else as well. Maybe a mortarcraft, actually. That would have worked well. The frickin' Santa's workshop is huge. Incidentally, there was a brief glimpse of that at the start of the video, and I don't know, I think Hama TV was the one who made the Rambot sled that goes like that, and I have no idea how that works. I still need to go reverse engineer that, because it's absolutely frickin' nuts. I don't know how. It's black magic. It's wizardry. Wizardry, I say! Wizardry. I really should have checked that before now, so, like, yeah. Also, I am looking forward greatly to watching other people's experience with the Christmas campaign, because I'm wondering if I'm the idiot, and I just did it wrong. Or maybe I did it right. Maybe I had a great time after all. You don't know. You'd only know if I told you. And I guess I did have a great time. It just took a while. That is one of the main gripes I have with From the Depths, is like, as wonderful as this game is, man oh man, it is too easy to find yourself in situations that take a really long time. Which isn't that bad, because this honestly, like, because this is a game with, like, no cutscenes, or, like, I don't know, no cutscenes, no, like, you know, have to be finger on the trigger to, like, react to stuff, like, constantly. This is a brilliant game for, like, putting on a podcast or something in the background. Which might have been part of my trouble, because I played, like, 5 hours of this, with absolutely nothing in the background because I wasn't allowed. I guess I could have played it on my phone. And, yep, there's a, like, we should probably focus on that. It is so satisfying. The block confetti is what brings us back to From the Depths, let's be honest. Ah, man. I'm starting to get back into FTD. I had a lovely little break from it, and now, having played through the Christmas campaign, it's like, alright, I have ideas. I have ideas. Also, interesting thing about the Christmas campaign is, like, I am now hyper aware of how much From the Depths hates ships, actually. It's quite ironic that, like, in the title of the game, like, you know, there's a whoopsie daisy, this gremlin got slightly toasted. It's all okay, though. It's all good. But anyway, the fact that there's an anchor on it, and, like, the trailer and the art, all stuff features ships and stuff like that, filthy lie, I say. Absolutely damn filthy lie. I have been lied to. You have been lied to. We have all been lied to. This is Thrustercraft game. Technically, I'm not even doing that. I'm like, this is helicopter game we're doing right now. Also, I like how the gremlin fires off interceptors. It looks cool. It looks like attack helicopter-y, but, like, defensively. And I'm, like, thinking, like, a lot of these Christmas designs, I think, were designed to fight ships. Which is weird. Because the canny From the Depths player, the one who is, like, you know, their heart and soul has been burned out of them by, like, being shot at by the Grey Talons and the Scarlet Dawn too much, they don't use ships at all. And looking at the map, it's like, you would, like... Here's the thing. This is the problem that I ran into with my custom campaign that I guess... it feels weird to say my custom campaign when a hell of a lot of the work has been done by other people. So, let's just say the custom campaign I'm in charge of, Plutono. The idea is that there's varying terrain, so you have to mix it up. You can, like, can't just use ships, you have to use amphibious vehicles, stuff like that. In practice, you just use aircraft. And that does the trick just fine. And that works. So yeah, it's like, I don't know, didn't think that one through, did I? Also, I'm happy to report that, thanks to my playtesting Plutono live on stream, like, people are like, right, we need much, much, much better anti-air. Because basically all I use these days, the backbone of my fleet is evasive aircraft, which means the Lightning Hoods, when I fight them, they're always a real headache. Also, hilariously, that right there is the downside of using helicopters. If you only have one big propeller on the outside of your craft, it's easy to get shot off by accident. Although, credit to the Gremlin, it doesn't care if it's over water; it will still shoot, and I love that. See, look at this little menace to society with his little smile. He's going, hee 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 hee. I'm still shooting you. I'm still shooting you. Pew pew pew. I love the Gremlin, I really do. It's not perfect, not by a long shot, but like, well, it got me through this campaign, that's for sure. Heavy Snowman. I actually wonder, like, if over time we can have, like, every single, like, Team Fortress 2 class represented as snowman in this. Snowmen? Snow people. Oh, this is the one submarine that they actually threw at me. I think it's a submarine, it looks like one. And, yeah, they should have done that a lot more, because the Gremlin, like, it can shoot submarines, but, like, it's not very good at it. This one decided to beach itself, so I think I got lucky here. And more fighting. Oh, there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of fighting. Oh, that was a big scary shell. That would have been very scary if it had hit me. Haha, it didn't. Helicopter on helicopter violence. Somebody call the Prevention of cruelty to animals. The SPCH, Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Helicopters. And there's the candy cane. I do appreciate that the the resource carrier for this isn't too big. It's not heavily armored and it's not that fast. Thank you. Thank goodness. I am That's another thing that perhaps, like, From the Depths should have different, is, like, you know, when you catch an unarmed vehicle, it's just, like, I don't know, like, it despawns, like, below 10% health or something like that, so it's like, alright, you can damage this reliably, let's save your time a little bit. It's also interesting how, like, when you make a custom campaign, you start thinking about game design. Not that I'm a game designer. I have attempted to learn how to make video games. I've attempted to learn Unity. It didn't go very well, and I kind of stopped, which is a shame. I should pick it up again at some point. Bearing in mind that making video games is much like an art form, and, like, if you go into it expecting to make a full living from it, like, I don't know, you might be disappointed. Because, well, it's a competitive busyness, and there's thousands, if not tens of thousands of video games out there, and a lot of them are better than what you're gonna make, so you just have to resign yourself to that. It is weirdly cathartic to see, like, a robot snowman get shot to pieces. We blew his face off. That is the power of Sabot Frag and AP Heat, although, remembering a conversation in the Patreon Discord, by the way, I have a Patreon, it has a Discord attached, there's cool people in there, come hang out with us. Give me your money. There, I said it. But, like, Sabot Fin is apparently the good stuff, because it's like, you know, it is Sabot, so it's good at poking holes in armor, but also a double fin means you don't need recoil absorbers at all, which is, like, neat. I like that. Maybe I should do that all the time. All the time! Yay! I wonder if fins might be a little bit busted, in that sense. But now it oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love that decade. Like, what happened to the penguin? Because I think, like, the penguin sled was an infamous little annoying thing. Is that what it was called in the Christmas campaign in years past? What happened to that? What happened to that? Also, I'm realizing I should have edited this so you can actually see things disintegrate properly. Because I didn't do that. I just, I took the shortcut, and we just like, when I see the battle finish screen, that's when I cut it. So maybe I was silly. Maybe I was a blinking silly Billy. Can you ever forgive me? Also, like, I might be this might be a case of we see what we long to see, but the candy cane kind of reminds me of a dick and balls for some reason. It's just like, huh? There's a thing that has an underbulge, and it is a long cylindrical object. I bet the elves would love to suck on that. Oh yeah, and also the plot here is like the elves rebelling against Santa. Is like, I'm on the side of the elves. Santa is a cruel, harsh master. Like, think of all the Xbox, what was it? All the PS5s those elves had to make. I guess elves in this case are like underpaid people in the countries what manufacture those things. I just made myself sad. Let's focus on shooting the flamethrower snowman. You've probably noticed there's a lot of them. It is an annoying thing about the From the Depths AI, and, like, I don't know how you would fix this. But It really does seem to favor spamming one specific design over and over again, and means that sometimes variety is kind of, like, difficult, I guess. So yeah, that is something we're gonna have to figure out with, like, with Platono. Is, like, because there's a huge amount of vehicles, and we really do want to see a lot of variety in there, but I'm not sure, I have no idea. It's not that I'm not sure, I have no idea how to get the map editor to do that, because that's my other major bugbear with From the Depths. I've mentioned that, like, despite, like, you know, even if you're good at the game, sometimes just fights take a really long time. But there's also the map editor. Honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I know the devs don't want to do anything about that. I think the devs, like, over at Brilliant Skies are, like, they're actually, mentally, they're done with From the Depths. They really are. Hey, the train! Alright, so this is the first HQ we took on. And, another reason I didn't like well, it's not that I hated the Christmas campaign. It's fine. But, alright, there's my first attempt at Space Cheese. It turns out that the missiles in this campaign are actually kind of decent and can hit, my cheesy little crappy spacecraft, like, fairly easily, actually. Yay! Frickin', oh, like, I love that train. The train is good. We gotta love the train. Runaway train, running right off the track. Runaway train. Alright, so, what we got here, we got the train. We got the train, we got the train. What was I saying? Alright, so another reason I wasn't a huge fan of this campaign is because a lot of stuff is just kind of not functional. The Rudolph, I don't remember how old the Rudolph is, like, whether it's been newly added or just kind of a thing or not. Deacon's hell, that's horrifying. But yeah, it falls over on land. It just immediately what it does is fall over. Alright, so that was our first attempt at raiding that. And that's, oh yeah, this is the other one. The Heavy Snowman, if it spawns over water, it spawns too low, immediately flops into the water, and then despawns. And there I got an achievement for, like, destroying a unit when it's, like, above 90%, above, like, 99% block count. So that was, yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't deserve that achievement. Also, interestingly, like, I got so many achievements back when I did that off-screen Nita playthrough just on medium difficulty. Because, like, you only get achievements when you have, like, set, like, the standard difficulty settings. You don't get them for custom difficulty, which I usually always play on. So it's, like, it's interesting to see, like, They had a little achievement thing pop up. Once again, this thing is suffering the agony of defeat. Heh 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 heh. I'm so glad I remembered to actually make that joke. I was worried that I would forget. I was worried that I would forget. And there's another little helicopter. What's it? Peppermint Menace? What's it called? Is that what it's called? Wow. I'm not remembering this very well, am I? It's a Peppermint helicopter. Peppermint Predator, that's the one. Alright, now we're in take 2 of taking on this HQ. And Rudolph has immediately keeled over and fallen over. I wonder if it does that because its feet spawn in the ground. There's the train! The Rebel Express. Perfect. Oh no, another gremlin. So it turns out that, yeah, the gremlins are kind of vulnerable to, like, massed proper missile volleys. There is, later on this campaign, and you'll see it, it'll be ×2 speed, but, like, you'll see it, is very much a case of, like, yeah, everyone aim for the Rudolph, please. Dear. So yeah, it's like, it's a... this is where I turn the trees off, because, like, we do need to see this. This is a shame, because the Rudolph, what is it? Like, Rudolph. Like, Rudolph? I forget what it is. Anyway, that thing, it looks awesome, but, like, not the most functional thing. It tends to fall over. It tends to fall over dead. Or just fall over comatose, and essentially... I don't know, how would you redesign this? Like, I need to test it, I need to spawn that in the designer or something, just to see... if it does what I think it does, which is like spawn with its little sub-object legs in the ground. Oh no! Oh no! My gremlins! I do think I cut out the middle part of this fight, actually, because it takes approximately a zillion years. Because that is a giant craft, and I'm only allowed to have 3,500 volume for this. Like, I get it, and I know that some people are gonna hear me say that and say, like, have you considered Yep, there's the cut! There's the cut, it took too damn long. you didn't miss much. The train got shot to pieces slowly but surely. And then we're just looking at oh god, that face. I forget who made that. I think I just that little V menu pop up was to me check who is the registered author, but I think this might be a collaborative build, because the larger builds in for these official campaigns generally are. Those teeth were snowballs. Yay! Disintegrated. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I need to check if there's a light block that like sticks out at the belly of that thing, because that is the thing I found out with walkers. The Rudolph, actually, it isn't a walker technically, but it's a similar thing because it has like sub-object legs. Yay! Shurikens! Are there shurikens or are they meant to be snowflakes? I don't know. Anyway, people cooked on this campaign. It all looks like super cool and super fun. It's just a shame it's a little bit janky. Bearing in mind that From the Depths is janky to begin with. The UI is straight from heck. I had a point I was going to make, and what was it? Oh, right, so if you are making something like the Rudolph, or just anything with like sub-object like legs, or just like anything that's mounted on subjects and it has like, you know, basically the thing touching the ground is not the main craft, it's like a sub-object, like a spin block or a tire or whatever. To make it not spawn in the ground, what you do is you have a little pillar of light blocks in the middle that are as long as the legs, and that way it's going to spawn off the ground properly, because then, like, it'll be fine. And the light blocks are like, you know, they're just, you know, they don't really interact with the ground at all, from what I understand. They just phase through it, which means that doesn't inconvenience you. If they blow up, well, so what? Like, you know, they're not doing anything. They're just full of spawning, and that's it. So yeah, there's that. That is the free tutorial advice, and there probably won't be any more, because we're just going to be looking at the Gremlins doing things. So what were we up to? I think, alright, this is off to the west, I think? Shooting at things? No, wait, where was this? This is what I get for cutting out the logistical bits in between here. Yay! I love it when the helicopter death spirals and more missile toes! Much agony of defeat. Okay, no. This is not where I think it is. This is going for the other HQ, which is Santa's workshop, which I hated because that thing is like... Here's the thing. The Gremlins are really good against small, compact things because of, like, you know, Sabot, Frag, AP Heat. And, yes, Christmas Marauder! Hooray! The superior combat vessel. I love the Christmas Marauder. We all love the Marauder. We love a Marauder, we do. And yeah, so, but nothing exciting here. This thing cannot shoot the Gremlins at all. I need to double check, like, the barrel decoration of that, because I think it looks... Wait, that's a drill. That's drills. I see it. I see it. I need it. I want it. I crave it. The barrel decorations. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, I did a burp. I've had a banana and a sandwich. The banana was in the sandwich. And there was peanut butter in the sandwich. This is important information to know, like, this is how I am when I've had the peanut butter sandwich with banana in it. Slightly healthier than, like, dousing it in honey or jam. Let me know in the comments if, like, when you eat peanut butter, assuming you do, not everyone does. I know, we're inclusive around here. You non-peanut butter eating heathens are welcome here too. But anyway, yeah, let me know, jam, or jelly, as Americans call it, I guess, or honey. Which do you prefer? I am a honey man. I'm sweet like honey. Do not lick me. Oh, gods. Alright. And yeah, Marauder just gets shot to pieces. Oh, poor Marauder. Honestly, like, here's the thing. You know what series I thought of, which I probably shouldn't mention again, because people are going to be asking about it? Bulwark vs. the World. That's not continuing because, A, view count dropped, people lost interest, and I also lost interest because here's the thing, Melchiorada did such a damn fine job upgrading that, upgrading the Bulwark that, like, I felt like, you know, it kind of defied the whole point of the series, which is like, alright, so here's the thing that's supposed to be godly, very clearly isn't, and let's make it take on the world, because that'll be, like, underdog feeling, yeah! And then Melchiorada made it an actually properly formidable thing, and then it just turned out to be way too hard to retrofit the thing. But I think a Marauder versus the World could be fun. I'm not going to get around to that anytime soon. So, if any of you lot watching this have a hankering to make FTD content of your own, there's free real estate. There's your free idea. And, like, here we go again. That's the space cheese. Those little, yeah, this was the first attempt at this. Those little, like, igloo, like, missile igloos are actually, they actually have pretty decent missiles in them. Or they're just missiles that happen to hard counter my crappy little, well, not my, no, they're decent. Well, the Gremlins decent. The Hailstorm is not. But anyway, just because they're fast and have a, like, big, decent EMP payload, like, you know, they kind of hard counter my small designs, and that's another thing. It's like, alright, you're gonna use, like, EMP when I'm not allowed to make large craft. Cheers, guys, but you do have large craft for whatever reason. Although I guess, your starting HQ is Santa's Workshop 2, so I guess in that sense it's fair, but also, if you're playing right, your Santa's Workshop will never get attacked, like, ever, so, I don't know, like, let me know your thoughts on the Christmas campaign. How does it measure up? Because, when I got reminded that the Christmas campaign even existed, what with the, stable update, late last year, my first reaction was like, oh right, there's a Christmas campaign, I forgot. So, people joke about Ashes of the Empire being like the neglected stepchild of the From the Depths official campaigns, but really the Christmas campaign is the real one. That's the stepchild we just straight up forget exists. And here's our first go, I believe, at the, what do you call it? Also, that's another thing, it's like, alright, you're gonna essentially force me to use small flyers because, like, there's land and sea and stuff like that, and you're also going to have a frickin' laser Christmas tree. Thank you, very please. And there's a winter... Oh, that's the other gripe I have with the Christmas campaign. So, with the Christmas campaign. It's like, you see the Winter Wonderland here and how it is decoed to hell and back. Oh, North Star, neat. It's so decorated it's hard to see how much damage it's even taking. And Santa's Workshop is the same way. So, I'm not one of those people who just, like, automatically rolls their eyes at overly decorated stuff. And I don't use the word deco-cope, because that's kind of judgmental. It's like, hey, if you're making a purely aesthetic build, you do what you gotta do, right? This is a 3D modeling software, basically. You can make stuff that looks good, it's fine. But for a campaign craft, there is such a thing as too much decoration. If it impedes your ability to see what's going on, I do not like it, and I don't think you should have it. So, that's another thing in Botona we're running into, is like, a rough guideline, it's not a rule per se, it's just saying, like, we have to see what's happening in order to give the player a good experience, because otherwise, it's like you're looking at this thing that's just so incredibly decorated, and it's like, I can't tell what's happening. I can't tell if I'm doing things right or wrong with the vehicles I'm using in this fight. Because, like, for instance, from underneath the Winter Wonderland, you can barely see what's happening. You can see bits floating. That's me trying... Whenever you see me zoom into this thing's butthole, like, that's me trying to see what's happening. It's like, are we damaging it sufficiently? Yeah, I'm seeing blocks falling off. Alright, this is another one which I think I cut in half, because it took, like, approximately 3 billion years. That lag spike, which was long even with the footage times 2 speed, that's the Winter... that's Santa's Workshop, which is mostly empty, which is a cruel thing. What would you use? Like, if you're limited in volume, and, like, this is what drove me nuts, I'm like, saying, that's rude. That is black magic wizardry. But it isn't, because clearly it's done in the name of the game. Or, like, I literally couldn't see what was happening there. Like, what is that? I can't tell what it is. It's not a sub-vehicle, otherwise the Gremlins would be able to target it specifically. That's me trying to target it specifically. But, yeah, it's just like, it just doesn't move. It doesn't do the thing. I think maybe it's something cunning with, like, pistons or something, and the pistons are hidden, or something like that. I don't know, because if you zoom out far enough, you can kind of see something connecting. I don't know. I need to go double check that. I should have done that before recording this, but I forgot. And I will not apologize, because I do not feel like it. That's the 21st century, remember? If you never admit fault, it means you're not wrong. That is a horrible moral lesson to take home to the kids, or the parents, or the grandparents, or the cousins, or the second cousin. That's another thing that the Santa's Workshop does. It, like, lobs, like, vehicles that fire missiles. Like, you know, I don't know, this thing is full of black magic and I don't like it. Honestly, setting it... Well, no, it's mostly made of metal, setting it on fire. What I was gonna say is, like, if you're limited in volume to, like, well, 3,500 cubic meters, what's a good vehicle for, like, taking on big stuff? And don't say cram cannons, because you can't put a decent cram cannon on a 3,500 cubic meter thing, because, like, I mean, you probably could. And I mean, the Santa's Workshop doesn't really have, like, lambs or sewers or anything like that, so that's probably would work. Except I'm not a... I don't know. Grumble, 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 complain, complain, complain. I could just spend the whole video just saying grumble, 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 and, like, you know, that would be the sentiment, probably. But anyway, let's talk about something positive. I love this. The go elf yourself. Well, the elf yourself. That's, like, rude, but also, I love that design because it's so freaky and weird. Is shooting things to pieces. Another gremlin got torched. I think maybe it was only twice in this whole playthrough that the flamethrower snowman actually managed to damage anything. So yeah, poor snowman. Poor snowman being all ineffectual. And it's one of those things that flamethrowers are awe-inspiring, terrifying weapons, right up until you drive slightly faster than the vehicle holding them, which is, again, flamethrowers are yet another middle finger against things which are slow and on the surface, because there's so many things. All weapons are good against things which are below a certain speed, and flamethrowers in particular really, really punish things which are slow. So yeah, like, I don't know how to fix it. From the depths, balancing from the depths is, like, so difficult. I'm not sure how you would do it. And, oh, this fight was interesting, because I wanted to, yep, you see right there, I needed to do some commerce trading, because I know that going for the cargo craft is a good idea. It results in just a generally easier time all around. So all I did there was pick a fight with the cargo candy cane, which pulled in an HQ, or not an HQ, an outpost, by accident, killed the candy cane, and then ended the fight, and it was fine. I think I lost one gremlin, but that was all good. And now it's one gremlin holding off the world. And also, I am finding out in this campaign, like, really, playing the campaign a lot is how you get better at it, herp derp, is that it's really good to have, like, teams. If you're gonna get attacked while capturing a tile, have two fleets. Like, have a little capture-y thing and have a fighty thing. Like, people do, like, kind of use their scoutcraft, like their spy satellites and whatnot, to capture tiles. And, yeah, it's just like, yeah. I need to remember when I actually do Godly Nita, yes, I am gonna do that, no worries, that I need to, like, you know, have a little very cheap, nasty capture thing. Also, does anyone know, because I don't know myself, if, like, the firepower count or whatever, like, speeds up capturing? Because I personally think that that should be a thing. Like, the more craft you have, the more firepower you have capturing a tile, the faster it goes. I think that would be a good thing. Also, while we're complaining about From the Depths, because that's what we do around here, we're allowed, if you spent thousands of hours on the game, you're allowed to whinge about it a little bit. Respectfully, without giving the devs a hard time. Do not invade Scotland just to yell at Nick Smart. That would be extraordinarily rude. I just gave away the fact that he lives in Scotland. Does he still live in Scotland? I think he does. Anyway. Blockading. Blockading, I think, is a relic from the past and From the Depths, that it's like, this was back when it was supposed to be kind of like a pirate game. Because in the ye early days, that's what this was. It was supposed to be, you know, like, all piratey and stuff, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. Heh, snowball, snowman, Christmas. Merry Kringle, Merry Crisis, Merry Chrysler. Alright then. What was I saying? Alright, blockading. Like, there really needs to be a little fix. And I think it only would be a small fix needed. It's just saying you can't blockade something that moves faster than you. Or has more firepower than you, or something like that. Because it's like, if you can't blockade stuff that's faster than you, that's yet again another reason to never make a ship. And there's too many reasons to never make a ship in From the Depths. It's From the Depths, for crying out loud, not from the skies. It's not Airships Combat Evolved or whatever that other game is. What is that game? What is that freaking game that I tried and I didn't like it at all? And Lathrix tried it and was good at it because Lathrix is just, like, you know, good at video games. Can't relate. Being good at video games, I don't understand that. I think that is black magic, heresy, heathenism, and we should gently burn him at the stake. You know, just gently. You know, I don't know, like, aim a heater at him or something and just be, this is what you get for being good at video games, Lathrix. How dare you? How dare your entire face be good at video games and make good content? How dare you? How dare you? I am joking, by the way, in case that wasn't blitheringly obvious. I like Lathrix. I am looking... That is... main motivation to do the Christmas campaign was so I could watch Lathrix do it. Ha 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 ha! Take that, elf! I also really like... You know what I want to do? I'm never going to do another custom campaign after I'm finished with Tono, but I really do like the idea of, like, having a custom campaign where vehicles like have a lot of, like, limbs and stuff. And, like, yeah, so you can shoot their limbs off and, like, I don't know, I think that'd be really cool. Will they be meta vehicles? Absolutely not, but, like, it would be pretty dope. So yeah, now I just want to say, like, screw Plutono and, like, make a... Alright, that's another thing I need to do. Like, a Contested Mist has been updated. So that's, Dr. Kreutzer. Hello, Dr. Kreutzer. Same person who made the Santa, the Rebel Express train that you've seen previously in this video. Custom Adventure Mode campaign with sea monsters and stuff. I believe there's a tuna with a railgun strapped to it, not to spoil anything. I've had a go on that before, now I've mentioned it, I need to link to that video, and now I need to go do Contested Mist again. Because that would be cool, and awesome, and fun, and also cool. Did I mention it would be cool? Oh boy, I do not envy that pilot. That's another long-term problem from the Death which I'm not sure is fixable. I mean, the scuttle settings kind of fix it. Is the death spiral. How do you fix that so you don't have to do it? Because, you could say it's not oh right, I forgot. One thing I am doing and trying to remember to do when playing through campaigns is to give my vehicles and my fleets funny names. So, like, yeah, what names was it called? I was trying to be Christmas themed and then I just kind of stopped after a while. I think as, like, I don't know, I called one of those gremlins Hot Chocolate, Hot Coca. I didn't call any of them Hot Ass, but possibly I should have. But, yeah, ooh, that's a horrifying snowman. We shot his face off. We shot his mouth off. Now how will he eat small children? Oh, wait, that's a bad thing. We don't want that. There's another one. Also, I really do like a vehicle that explodes like this. Like, you know, I've played From the Depths enough that I do not care about, like, you know, I don't care about, like, you know, proving yourself and doing a challenge, except for Godly Neater. I feel obligated to do that, because, like, I haven't done it yet. And Martin Cedarpants made it look so easy. It's not easy. I think he failed twice before he actually got it right, and he's spent a lot of time learning how to play the game, as you do. But he's a smart boy. He's actually an engineer. I'm not. I have an art degree. What am I doing here? You know that feeling when the history major walks into the engineering video game and goes like, huh, what's happening in here? And it's like, oh, cool. I forgot about that. Ah, yes, From the Depths, the game of all time. Alright, here we go. There's another attempt at the Santa's Workshop. So the goal for each raid was just destroy one vehicle in particular, run away and repair, and try again. Which, by the way, is not the same as having repair tentacle spam in the combat itself, because it's more material efficient and also less cheesy. It's tactical, it's strategic. It is strategical, damn it. Yay! Frosty the Snowman is a dead snowman. Snowmen are not usually alive. Except in this case, he is kind of alive. And we can't really do that. Alright, so I couldn't figure out, like, there's all kinds of cunning things that had been done with the craft here. So those gingerbread houses, I think, like, they launch missiles, but there's a sound block that triggers, like, the sound of advanced cannons firing, so it's, like, kind of like a guided mortar. It's pretty cool. I like it. I really need to reverse engineer that, too. So, even though I'm, like, kind of lukewarm on the Christmas campaign in general, I am gonna have to set aside some time to, like, go into it and, like, have a good look at it. Also, I think, and can't prove this for sure, I think there's something about the Santa's Workshop and that, like, little sled thing driving around that, like, screws with detection. Because I swear, like the Gremlins are even more inaccurate than usual when firing at it, which is like, I don't know, maybe it is just the Gremlins being Gremlin-y. They do that. They do miss a lot. You'll notice a lot of those bullets are not hitting. But you know what's the solution to that? More Gremlin! Lots more Gremlin. Gremlin, Gremlin, swimming by the sea. Gremlin, Gremlin, just for you and me. Gremlin, Gremlin, yummy, yummy, yum. Gremlin, Gremlin, will bite your bum. That is the BorderWise sing-along. It is now far enough into the video that I am losing my mind slightly. Which actually quite handily reflects my mental state when playing through this and just watching my poor Gremlins trying to, like, kill these incredibly spongy enemies, which are, like, multiple times over the arbitrary volume limit. Like, have we not learned that the volume limits always suck in From the Depths campaigns? Like, I don't know. I think some people like them. I don't remember the reasons given for why they like them. But yeah. Yay, bonk. Yay! New thing spawned in. Right, so I'm glad I didn't cut that part out, because that was le epic! Le epic, le cool, Leclerc. Tank? Surname. There's that frickin' sled again, and me looking at this, trying to, like, puzzle out, like, what the hell's wrong with it. Trying to lock onto it. You can lock onto it, so there is a block there, I guess? But, like, goodness knows, like, how that actually works. It's ridiculous. Also, the fact that it can glitch straight through mountains. I don't like that. Did anyone test that? Did anyone double-check to say, like, alright, so here's a major bugbear I have in From the Depths. While we're complaining, because goodness knows I complain endlessly. I will be positive about the game, I swear. The fact that I still make content on it is probably enough of an endorsement in itself. But no, don't worry, we'll be positive. The Santa's Workshop is very pretty. I like how pretty it looks. This is a physics-based game. But there's one or two things that just outright violate physics so much that it's kind of like... it's jarring, so to speak. So tractor beams are the most obvious,
Engaging now.
like, kind of, like, offense in that regard. In that, like, alright, so you could essentially hold aloft something that is heavier than the parent vehicle, because you can do that, and it costs no energy, it doesn't really affect the physics of the parent vehicle at all. And that's just kind of something we have to live with. So, to get a thing to fly in From the Depths, you need to, you know, have enough, like, upward thrust, or, like, pitched, or if it's a plane, you have enough, like, thrust forward to, like, pitch up and stuff like that, or wings or stuff like that. Like, I don't know. So that's like that. But then you have the tractor beam, which basically ignores physics completely and might as well be a magic wand. That's jarring, and the repair tentacle thing is also kind of jarring. That is back in the day... The repair tentacles really do come back from the days in which it was like... I guess, it's not that From the Depths is realistic now. Goodness gracious, look what's happening on screen right now. But it does come from a time where the game was kind of more abstract, more Minecrafty, and less whatever game it is now, more From the Depthsy, I guess. So the repair tentacle thing is like, I don't know. And again, the devs don't want to do it. They just don't. But, like, you know, so long as they don't do it, I reserve the right to keep complaining about it, because it's like freedom of expression. And I play, yeah, so, like, the repair tentacles and the tractor beams are the big things. So, what is it? Like, there were fun comments on, like, the Laniakea versus Singularity video I did the other day. And I am so, like, by the way, shout out to Frostbite for... Oh, wait, there's the... Ah! Right on screen there! No, go back, look! Was the credits. And, like, yeah, I was right. Hummer TV did the sled. And their need to play through is something I need to go back and watch as well, because, like, apparently it's quite good. What was I doing? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Laniakea versus Singularity fight video. Like, this fight drags on for quite some time, by the way. Man, I hope I cut out some footage here, because it's, really need to do that. But, comments, like, talking about, like, ways that we could solve the, tractor beam shield repair tentacle nonsense, thing. Because that is a bugbear in the game. I'm just gonna outright say it, it's not fun. The Singularity is an example of a craft that's like, you know, it's built well. It's like, you know, it's got cunning things in it. It has shields that, like, cover up the plasma guns when they're not firing, and it's just, like, so cool. It has style, it has grace, it will shoot you in the face. And the Laniakea is just like, haha, I break the laws of physics completely, so, and there's nothing you can do about it. I am holding shields up. Oh yeah, like, yeah, then that raid is done. Oh, shot the eyeballs off. Ooh. So anyway, the Laniakea just feels very cheesy, and it's not great. I mean, it's a great craft. Frostbite and team really cooked on it. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Frostbite pointed out all the other people who worked on the Laniakea, and I think the Snig as well. So thank you for that. Do appreciate that. That information is not easy to just look up if you don't know where to go. Actually, it is really easy to look up, because there's generally a thing inside the craft saying, so-and-so worked on this, just like with the Santa's Workshop. Herpy derp, never mind. Ignore me, I've been talking for like 46 minutes straight, and I'm losing my brain. My brain is falling out of my mouth, one water droplet at a time. I need water! Water is the water of life. That is your reminder watching this that you should probably drink water if you haven't already. Take a swig. Take a swig for me, why don't ya? Oh, this poor elf. This poor nasty elf. So yeah, like, what are people saying? Like, solutions to the, repair tentacle tractor beam cheese problem. I think, you know what? I'm gonna get my phone and I'm gonna actually look it up. Like, I don't usually like to look at my phone when doing commentary videos, because, like, it breaks the flow of, it breaks the flow of the what's-it. The, I don't know, the thingy. Hold on, let's go back here, and if I scrub through comments... Okay, go away, WhatsApp, I know! We're just looking at Snowman! Life is peaceful there. Alright, so yeah, here's a, like, Frostbite said that the Singularity was tested against the Laniakea repeatedly throughout its development cycle, and it never won. Also, the Laniakea is being updated, to be even more nasty. The shields are gonna get upgraded even more, so it's like, okay, thank you. What are people saying? Sub-vehicles are nerfed a little bit. Oh yeah, so here's a comment, by Sedinator2401. Hello. I think the way the sub-vehicle shenanigans work is mostly fine, though should still be nerfed a little bit. Maybe there could be a timer after a block gets repaired before it can get repaired again, or the time it takes to repair a block becomes longer every time it gets destroyed. I like that idea because it's a reasonably simple fix, and it doesn't require, like, redoing the entire, like, goddamn, like, craft. It doesn't require rebuilding every bloody craft which uses that sub-vehicle nonsense. Alright, here's a comment from Bappo Eat Asso. Oh no. I would be okay if heavy armor took longer to repair and sub-objects had collision. That is a problem. Like, when you look at the Gravitas in particular, its sub-object fields, like, clip straight into each other. And that is just really annoying. It's like, come on guys, this is a physics-based game, but apparently we're summoning ghosts. Like, admittedly, like, it's one of those things, it's like, it's mostly single player, so who cares? Except, I have to see that if I play the campaign. And that's a bummer. And yes, I already paid money for the game, so the designers don't have to care. But still, it would be nice if that wasn't a thing. Like, how would you fix that? I don't know. The coding's probably a nightmare. There's that. Alright, here's a suggestion from Mano. Repair and tractor beams should both use power based on distance, and I'd even add a weight factor to tractor beams. That should at least make them expensive and less cheesy. Yeah, that's kind of the obvious fix, I guess. Except that would require rebuilding like every single damn thing that uses like sub-vehicles in like every official campaign, probably a lot of custom campaigns as well. And let's not put the devs and the keepers of the law through that. I have not been watching the screen. I really hope that... Aha! Yes! Wait, did we disintegrate the Santa's Workshop? Damn it! I'm not even watching my own commentary anymore. I'm, like, looking at the comments. Oh, no. Right, linear curve, stability... Yep, so repair cheese... Yeah, I think just increasing... Perhaps just increasing the cost of, like, in-combat repair could work, perhaps? And... Yeah, that's basically it. Right. Now we can... Okay, right, we haven't missed the despawning of the thing. The taming of the shrew. The taming of the gremlin. Alright, Santa's Workshop. So this is the point where... I think I might have just walked away from the recording right here and, like... What did I do? Maybe... I think I went and made a cup of tea or something. Just because I needed to get up and move around. So you know that you've made a very exciting HQ boss fight when you just need to walk... When you need to not look at it. So... Yeah, that is kind of the problem with, from the devs from a game design perspective, is like when you're... And again... There's going to be some person who says get good. Is like, well, getting good's really hard, and I technically don't have to be doing this. I can go play something easier. Like, I think people sometimes forget that. Like, you hear that a lot of in, like, you know, like hardcore games like Dark Souls and insert other hardcore game here is like, get good. It's like, I mean, you could, or you could do something else. You could go for a walk. You could read a book. There's no obligation to get good at any video game whatsoever, if you think about it. But if you're going to complain online about it, especially in video, then, well, by gum, have you tried getting good first? This is kind of what I was talking about with see, this nonsense is something I'm not a fan of. It's just there's so much, like, big decorated, like, snow blocks in here. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. And I'm like... Did we miss the point somewhere? Maybe we missed the point somewhere. Like, I know you do kind of need that, so it doesn't look terrible. And, yeah, it's like, I don't know, the shots are, like, occasionally they just, like, whiff entirely. I'm not sure why. The Gremlin is horribly inaccurate, but, like, it shouldn't, like, be firing directly over the top of it. Maybe it does that when it loses detection because, like, land is in the way or something. There's a gremlin that is, yeah, like, what is that? Like, is that all pistons? That can't be pistons, right? Wait. No, is it? No, it isn't. It isn't a sub-vehicle. It is. No, yeah, no. It is a sub-vehicle, I think. Damn it, why did I not look at that before doing this recording? Well, assuming well, here's the thing. Here is your homework for this video. Yes, I give homework on my videos. I'm that kind of person. Geez, the gremlins are missing so much. I think there is some kind of sub-object, like holding a tracted vehicle, but the tracted vehicle is, like, just above Santa's Workshop here. And yeah, there's the cut, because this took so long. The hell was I talking about? Alright, the homework is... Assuming I don't remember, because I might very well forget, because I've got a brain like a sponge, to look up, to examine Santa's Workshop and check how that sled actually works. Remind me in the comments now. Like, say things like, BorderWise, did you check the sled? Hashtag BorderWise, did you check the sled? Conspiracy. The grassy knoll. The sled behind the grassy knoll. Back and to the left, and then to the right, and then zigzagging all over the place. Like a crazy person. Who would have thought that laying siege to Santa's Workshop would take so long? Thankfully, this HQ is the longest one because it's mostly empty space and it's not very compact. All the other ones went down a lot more quickly, even Rudolph, even though it was a big lump of heavy armor. Oh, dear. Yeah, like, you can kind of see that, like, occasionally their aim just all synchronized, like, flares off like that. I think that has something to do with the thing. The thing! Whatever the thing is. Man, this would have been the ideal time to actually, like, look up comments about the Laniakea. Actually, let's do that. I know we're talking about Neater while we're looking at the Christmas campaign, but come on, Santa's Workshop takes a billion years to look at, so let's look at more comments. This is the first time I think I've done this. It's just like, hey, comments. Let's see here. Let's go find the Laniakea. First video of the new year. I'm proud. Oh, here's the credit for the Laniakea. So, let's read that out. Why not? Original craft by Kneecap. Previous update by Lions, Paddock, SMMK, Yoda of Soda. Aesthetics, Rolling Chair, SMMK, Lions, Paddock, Stargles. Modern Internals and minor aesthetic updates by me, meaning Frostbite. Oh yeah, and the Kobold, built by Frostbite, directed with feedback from Kneecap, Yoda of Soda, Paddock, and many others in the official FTD Discord, Greyhound's Faction channel. My goodness, there's good builders in the From the Depths official Discord. And then the Atos, Internals, and Concept by Frostbite, Hull and Deco by Kneecap. So, if you ever feel bad about struggling to take on Kemper, yes, it's disintegrating! Wow, I lived through this already, but it feels good the second time too. If you ever feel bad about trying to beat something that can take on, like, really good campaign craft, bear in mind they tend to be collaborative efforts, so no one person can make something. Well, probably there is one person who could make something like it, but it's like, it's very difficult to make entirely on your own something like the Laniakea or the Singularity, just in terms of, like, aesthetics and functionality. Yay, we get to see those EMP missiles. Hooray! Yep, like, they are so reliably knock the Gremlins out of the sky, it's not even funny. I probably need to EMP-proof the Gremlins a bit better. I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, no. The problem is that the AI is actually quite near the front, so I need to do things there. Maybe I need to do spin block shenanigans. Spin block shenanigans. Shenanigan a ding dong. What did I just sing? Anyway. Alright, so we've got the ambulators. No. So why the hell would you build a tank in this? I'll tell you why. For fun! But fun is not allowed in video games. Not when you've got Santa's Workshop and the Laniakea. No! Fun has been banned. Fun is officially heresy and infidelatry. Is that even a word? I don't know. Infidelatry is when you blaspheme at the Christmas tree. You say, Christmas tree, I don't believe in you. Christmas tree, you are not omnibenevolent and omniscient and omnipancake or whatever the hell. You're just a tree! And not even a real tree. You're a plastic tree I stole from Walmart. I mean bought. I bought it from Walmart. You can't prove anything. The cops know nothing. The cops cannot catch me. The cops cannot accuse me. I'm too fast. Does the Sonic run? Alright, let's while we're shooting a tank here, let's look at more comments. Yes, oh, wow, how did I forget this? The VOD is probably... I forgot to share that on the internet. I just remembered. Oops. As it turns out, I have built something that can beat the Laniakea by sheer accident. So it is a godly carrier built for Putono as part of the first faction called the Eucalyptus, because the thing is fragile, sets things on fire, and it carries 2 pyrophyte flame-throwing airships. So technically it's 3 vehicles rather than just 1, but hey, the Laniakea is technically 10 vehicles rather than... How many vehicles is it? Some vehicles is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the Laniakea is actually 10 vehicles in 1. So there. So yeah, the Eucalyptus can beat the Laniakea just by the fact that, like, the pyrophytes are rushdown flamethrower craft that, like, flank it. So yeah, I built that bloody thing by accident, and I'm... On the one hand, I'm impressed with myself, and also so mad at myself that, like, I can never build good craft on purpose, apparently. So it's like... Most people play From the Depths like it's an engineering game, because it is. And it's like that kind of thing. It's like, alright, design the whole thing. And me, I just fumble about, and then eventually, I just accidentally make something that can, like, you know, kill one of the most dangerous Neater craft of all time. admittedly using someone else's craft as the main ingredient. I cannot take credit for the pyrophyte. That is Kovrax, also known as Kobrax, who is the, how do you say it? Who is basically the person you want. If you want something incredibly dangerous, but it's made out of wood entirely, Kovrax is your person. They are so good at making things out of wood that can just dominate things made out of not wood. They're upgraded Salix. By the way, if you want to actually see Plutono being built and actually see the craft I'm talking about, firstly, the test version of Plutono has a lot of them already, so look up test 10, a lot of them are in there. What else? And shout out to the BorderWise stream channels. Like, I will not be offended if you scrub through the VOD to find specific things. Like, you know, I know, they're 2 hours long, they're live stream VODs, I talk a lot, I fumble around a lot, they're not edited, so yeah, no, I get it. This is a fun thing, the Snow Fort. Kablooey. But yeah, the Eucalyptus, thanks mainly to the Pyrophytes, is like, really damn strong. Admittedly, the Eucalyptus often does not survive the engagements it's in, because it's made out of frickin' cardboard. It is a basically entirely wooden ship. It is not designed to survive what it runs into. It just kind of doesn't. I think we should put repair tentacles on the Pyrophyte so it can actually repair its own mothership. That would be hilarious. Also, the contrast between these little igloo gun turrets and the igloo missiles in terms of how much of a pain they are for the gremlins is kind of hilarious, because the missiles just each volley reliably knocks a gremlin out of the sky. Oh hey! It's time to shoot aircraft carriers. I do like the aircraft carriers in this. I think they're very good. They look cool the way they float on ice, and I think that's mostly not decoration, which is damn nice. It means you can actually see what's happening. Going back to the gripe I had with, like, decoration obscuring blocks and making it actually a lot harder to see what the hell's going on. That is just well stuff. I do like, even in this day of deco, I'm punching my thigh. It kind of hurts. I should stop. I do like actually using structural blocks to shape something. It just feels nice, you know? It feels good. It feels good in my brain. I could look at more comments, actually, but oh no! We shot the train! The train's dead! Somebody call a train doctor. Someone call a trained doctor. A trained train doctor. Ah yes, what thrilling internals. I should shut my mouth. I never do internals of my craft. Except the Drachenslong. Who remembers the Drachenslong? Shout out in the comments if you remember the Drachenslong. And its, mostly ill-fated ability to take on Gmodism's Gimli. Also, shout out to Gmodism. Hello! Hello, hello! I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. Alright, what the hell was this? Yes. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Then you kill it. Yeah. Ah, yes. I've been a bad boy. I haven't been crediting people. I really should have, like... You probably noticed by now, but I don't do forethought very well when it comes to, like, videos. I just kind of do it by the seat of my pants, which makes it a lot less stressful, but also means that I forget to credit people's good work. Like, I don't know who made this icebergy thing. This iceberg carrier thing. But whoever they are, I'm sure they... I'm sure they smell nice, or something. I'm sure... Why did I say that? That's weird. I'm sure they're great. Well done, buildy people. The fact that that frickin' thing just kind of floats in midair is like... How did you do that? What black magic is this? Tell us your secrets! Tell us your black magic secrets! Tell me. I need another drink of water. Oh, I've been talking for an hour straight. This commentary is not being cut up, by the way. I should be a smart person and divide this whole commentary into like two, but I actually have a long to-do list of From the Depths videos to do, and I want to get through them. So you get extra long videos as background noise, and I'll definitely not say, you know... And that's how I slayed the platypus. I think I saw a penguin on there. Anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? I distracted myself with water. Water check! Have you drank water? You haven't been talking at a microphone for like an hour straight, I'm hoping. Unless you're replying to every single thing I say, which should be... Well, here's the thing. That's not really more insane than just talking at the microphone to begin with. Also, I wonder if I should put a warning flashing lights thing, because, like, these traces are very, very flashy. What the hell was I talking about? Help! Alright, like, if you are replying to every single thing I'm saying, well, congratulations, and also, make sure not to do that in public, or people will think you're a crazy person. Not unlike me, I'm perfectly sane! Mwahahaha! I'm going to ride away on my flying canoe. Alright, I also was going to say, I swear I won't make horrible noises like... and that'll be fine. Yay! Alright, so with 2 HQs down, and them not really attacking me anymore, this is the point of the campaign where things kind of like snowball resource-wise. Also, why the hell did... right, I know what happened. The multiple small EMP hits are actually more dangerous than one big one. So, yeah. Yay! What happened? Things spawned in. Things spawned in! Alright, here's the big aircraft carrier. That's not the same one, is it? Nope, it's different. So that's the HQ aircraft carrier with biplanes and stuff. I do like an aircraft carrier. It's a shame, like, here's the thing. Like, we can gripe about from this. Hey, Christmas Marauder, good to see you again. I think that did spawn in, actually. How rude. Anyway, that is a thing from the devs. I guess really an aircraft carrier is just a thing that resupplies aircraft. In which case, like, you know, like, technically aircraft carriers exist in From the Depths. But, yeah, it's, what was I gonna say? It was like, it's a shame that aircraft carriers aren't kind of more viable. Although, effectively, things like the Linear K are aircraft carriers, because they are an aircraft and they're carrying things. It's the other version of what an aircraft carrier is. Yay! I just thought about tractor beams again and I got slightly mad. You can't tell, because because I've been talking a long time, and my lungs are wearing out. I need to speak from the feet. And now we see here the crayon box of doom being shot to pieces by an army of gremlins. I do like the gremlins. I've said that before, I'll say it again. I like the gremlins a lot. I kind of wanted to make a flamethrowing version of the gremlin because I think it would be pretty good. Maybe I should do that. Maybe that would be the answer to my problems, is just have a burny gremlin. In fact, I'll add that. I'm going to hop onto my... I nearly said PC. Not PC, the other thing. What was the other thing? The thingy-me-bobby what's it? Let's see here. Let's do... Here, do I want to edit this? 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 Wait, I do need to edit this, actually. Ooh. I don't like editing Google Sheets on my phone, though, so forget about it. Let's look at this aircraft getting shot to pieces. Oh, dear. Should have made a flame, throw a gremlin. Should have made a flame, throw a gremlin. Should have made a flame, throw a gremlin. So we can flame thrower things. You know what I really like building From the Depths, which is like a horribly ineffective kind of craft, but it's very fun? Little flame-throwing speedboats. Like, they're not good in real life either, but there's just something so fun about watching a tiny little flame-throwing menace, like, drive around and set a marauder on fire. It's just like, yay! Yay, you go, little guy, you go! Unfortunately, it's absolutely useless against the vast majority of things in From the Depths, so there you go. I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to make a flamethrowing gremlin, obviously. Ah, dear. Oh, dearie, dearie me. I'm just imagining, I hope that would work well. The gremlins is like decently tough for what it is, but could be tougher. It could be better. My friends, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Also, like, look at this just, like, this squad. This powerful squad of little bastards going hee hee hee. Daga, 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 daga. Boy, death. This is really death by 1,000 cuts. Or possibly 1,000,000 cuts. Like, I sometimes look at the damage numbers in these fights with swarms of gremlins, and, like, yeah, the kinetic damage does tick up into the millions. Because they do damage stuff. They do it reliably, but it's just against big stuff they are a little bit slow. Because unfortunately, that's the trade-off. They're really hard to hit. They're annoying little bastards. Like, if anything like the Gremlins showed up in a campaign, ironically, I would hate to fight it. And I would say, this is so meta. It's an evasive little frontsider. I mean, I did manage to beat an Atos that one time off screen, so it's like, you know, could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. I do also like that the Gremlins are just kind of useful, like, provided they're not getting shot at by, like, big lasers or particle cannons or something like that, they do survive. And, like, yeah, they're just nice little support vehicles. It's just extra bullets. That's what the Gremlins are in the late game. They are extra bullets, for your convenience. I don't think those beam slopes were orientated correctly. Oops. There is a... Oh, yeah, by the way, FTD Knowledge Base. That is a Discord server which is, I believe linked in the official one. It just... Wait, or is it a channel specifically? I think it's a channel with just useful bits of FTD-ness in there. And the armor guide in particular... Yay! Disintegration! So yeah, the armor guide in particular in there is very, very handy because, like, it's talking about beam slopes and poles and stuff like that. So... It's also kind of validating. Poles are okay. They're not great. They're good for thin armor and if you just want health density. That is kind of the thing, is like people do tend to... I guess it makes sense because kinetic APS is like literally the best kind of weapon in From the Depths. Like, look at what the Gremlin is using. It's non-stop, like, kinetic APS. And here we get to see a Gremlin get turned off. Gremlin get turned off. Gremlin get turned off. Anyway, in this point of the campaign, that's 3 out of 4 HQs down. And, yeah, we're just... I just was tidying up the map because, like, you know what? Let's have some fights. Let's watch the Gremlins gremlin all over the place. Let's watch the Gremlins gremlin everything. What was I saying? Alright, kinetic APS. So people sometimes, like, are so hyper-focused on, like, kinetic resistance and stuff like that, and sloping armor and that kind of stuff. Partially because a lot of people in From the Depths are, like, kind of, you know... there is an overlap with people who play, like, War Thunder or World of Tanks and stuff like that, and the people is like, oh yeah, kinetic resistance, sloping armor, sloping armor, sloping armor. And they kind of forget about a lot of stuff actually does not give a single crap about, like, you know... What is that? Oh, that's a mortar, right. A lot of stuff doesn't give a damn about, you know, kinetic resistance and stuff like that. And missiles, well, HE damage, thump damage, lasers, like fire, that kind of thing. That is where poles are better, because poles just have more health. And that's it. And I guess they... Although, in the case of like, HE damage... poles are worse because they don't get armor stacking, but beam slopes do. So there you go. Beam slopes, kinetic, and high explosive, and poles, everything that is, I guess, not explosive or kinetic. Which is a lot of things. They're both pretty good. I've had success with stuff that has mostly got pole armor. Mostly stuff which drives like crazy and so it could get hit from any angle, really. Also... Speaking of, there's a specific thing I'm thinking of when I'm saying that, and that is the Dragon Force superiority fighter, which it amused me greatly to see people get mad about that. Well, not mad, possibly annoyed, with me calling it a fighter jet, because, like, there was at least one commentator saying, like, go look at reference, and, like, make a real fighter jet, which I found hilarious, because it's like, dude... Like, real fighter jets aren't that good at air superiority unless you really know what you're doing. The best, like, fly swatter From the Depths as well, it's a lot like the... Well, it's like the Dragon Force. It's an airship with lasers on it. So yeah, it's, that thing is weirdly damage resistant because the fore and aft sections are empty. And the thing does kind of, like, bounce up and down, tends to get hit on the rear a lot.
Engaging now.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, empty space is good armor. Against a lot of things, actually. And once again, we get to see a gremlin get turned off by that particular volley of missiles. I don't know why those in particular are so good at AI deading the gremlins. Because in this very campaign, I think, what was it? The missiles from... I think it was from the aircraft carriers, like, you know, the iceberg aircraft carrier things. Big EMP jolts, I could see them, but they didn't do it. They didn't AI dead the gremlins instantly, so... Yeah, I need to make good EMP proofing against things which are like, you know, multiple smaller EMP impacts. Which probably means I'm gonna have to put some kind of sub-object EMP trap on the gremlin, which I'm not thrilled about, because, I don't know, sub-objects are kind of laggy, especially if you have massive swarms of gremlins, for instance. You know, who would do such a thing? Who would have a giant swarm of gremlins? What an unthinkable thing to do. That's worse than the Laniakea space cheese... No, not space cheese. Laniakea tractor beam thing. Also, people hate space cheese. I do want to point out that, like, with space vehicles, they're not as bad as they used to be in terms of cheesiness. And also, you do have to build them properly. I think people sometimes get, well, not lazy, but complacent with space things. It's like, oh, right, I don't need to put huge effort into this. You do. This campaign, like you would have seen previously in this video, assuming you were watching the video at all. If you weren't, I shall not judge. I will just question, like, if you weren't watching or listening, why did you have this playing? Like, you know, I appreciate it, but also, huh? But anyway, so it's like, if you, it is not that difficult to have missiles that can shoot down spacecraft. So you do need to have, like, decent anti-missile stuff for your spacecraft. You do need to actually know, like, fundamentals about building. Like, it is a good way of getting things to, like, drive fast for, like, little effort. But at the same time, they have a hard time maneuvering because there's no drag up there. So you do need to, like, you know, you need to do things. Also, somebody corrected me the other day and saying that things high up don't have a higher radar signature, which I'm like... Are we sure? I'm pretty sure that is what happened. Right? I don't know. There's another thing I've got to double check on top of the sled. Have you left the comment yet saying, BorderWise, check the sled? Like, if you haven't, how dare you? How dare you not do that? I need more water. Water break. Water drink. Nothing like refreshing H2O while you're watching a box of presents getting shot to pieces. There's the gremlin. They're always so pleased with themselves. Alright then, what do we got here? We've got, yes, the little outpost. A little outpost, I think, yeah. I just wanted to kill all the outposts, really, because I think, shock horror, I might have started having fun. I know! Fun is not allowed in video games. Oh, look at this. What are these things called again? They're, some kind of assault gun. Also, they got hit by EMP somehow. How did they do that? And there's the elf yourself. I do like their little hands going like... Are those are rams on there. I think, like, ugh. That's kind of creepy. It's like they charge at you and they molest you with their horrible elf hands. Ugh. Oh, the thought is terrifying. Don't go into the woods at night, lad. The elves have grabby little hands and they will grab you all over. Also, I feel slightly validated in that this poor tank gets its detection shot off really easily. Because that's the problem with making an entire thing out of heavy armor. The thing that goes first is the squishy bit that's not made out of heavy armor. I'm almost tempted to request the devs if they can add, like, a porthole that's made of heavy armor. Or maybe just, like, you know, portholes in every material, I guess. That would be nice. But also, like, would that be a bit much, do you think? Like, you know, to have porthole... That's another point. Portholes, like heavy armor portholes, so you could really armor your cameras really well. But that would make, like, cameras just so much better than everything else. It's like, ooh. That could be a fun thing to add, actually. It's just, like, radar permeable armor. So you can have, like, a radar, but it's, like, got layers of armor. But you can do that, by the way. You just need to... Well, with a 360 radar, at the very least, you can build, like, a radar dome over it. You just need to leave like blocks clear so the thing can see forwards, backwards, to the sides, and up. And that works. I've done that before. It works pretty well. Also, I'm really, I don't know, maybe I'm a silly person, but I am finding that, like, don't ask me how I know this, because it's a secret what I'm doing behind the scenes. That, like, if you have enough bearing rangefinders and, like, wireless snoopers, that's already pretty decent detection, and you don't need to worry too much about other things. It would not work well for a cram cannon. Probably not. Although, now I think about it, like, the thing in question also has, like, camera trackers on it, so maybe I'm full of bananas. I am full of bananas. I had a banana sandwich. What is your ideal sandwich? There's more homework for you. Ideal sandwich. Tell me. I need sandwich ideas. Yep, once again, the frickin' igloo of doom. It is interesting how with different playstyles From the Depths, different things give different people different trouble. These frickin' igloos are just like sniping gremlins out of the sky, all willy-nilly. Thankfully, they're easy to disable. Like that, kaboom. And please don't snipe my gremlin out of the sky. You sniped my gremlin out of the sky. When the rotor stops, that's when you know. That's how you know. Why does love do this to me? Also, if those are remote guided, that's like, remote guided igloo missiles. I never would have guessed. Actually, I did say I was going to be positive about From the Depths. That is a sentence that I don't think people generally think they're ever going to say. Hey, penguin main metal tank. Yay! The penguin's dead. No, the penguin's not dead. There it is. What was I saying? Oh, yes, like the remote guided igloo missiles. How many times have you heard that sentence? But in this context, it makes perfect sense, because that igloo was armed and dangerous, and it had to die. Please do not call the SPCP on me. What did that stand for again? Society of Prevention of Cruelty to SPCH. No, Prevention of Cruelty to Helicopters. No, different organization. Ignore me. Ignore that I said that. Oh, yes. Also, one of the things I'm really liking about From the Depths is, like, you know, you don't have to fight Craft one-on-one in the campaign. You know what you can do? You can just have a swarm of minions. You can have a swarm of little minions. Also, just apropos of nothing, when I play Contested Mist again, which is, ironically, the adventure mode... Oh, did I ever mention, like, for those of you who wonder why I don't touch adventure mode, I did play that off-camera once, and I actually had a lot of fun, and I was like, ooh, I can actually do this. It's reasonable. Now that you can frickin' pause the game while building, that's really nice. It takes the pressure off. And I know what I'm gonna do. I know a thing that works well. It rhymes with RTG Laser, because it's RTG Laser. Turns out in the early game of, like, adventure mode, that can work pretty well. Doesn't need to be super good, it just needs enough charge to shoot down a duster, and away you go. And you can go from there. You can go from there. Hooray! Alright. And yonder is... what is that thing? Whoopsie daisy, shock and thaw. Flying aircraft carrier that just rammed its own plane. That's awkward. I'm trying to remember, did I speed this up? Yep, I definitely did. Or did I? I don't remember. It's lagging so much I can't tell. Oh, did I forget to speed this part of the footage up? I think I did. Whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh well. Well, here we are then. Now you get to see how slow these fights really are. Although I think this is the fast fight. This is the last fight. Well, maybe this isn't. Like you gotta love how the... Wait, no, it's lagging so... This is ×2 speed, it's just lagging so much. Because there's so much stuff happening that it looks like real-time speed. How about that? Yeah, you can tell by the way the camera's moving. Yes! It is ×2 speed. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, so aircraft carrier immediately flipped over and wanted its belly scratched. And... yep, there goes a gremlin. Hooray! I think that, like, yeah, the gremlins have been killed / disabled by those damn igloos, like, more so than anything else. Except possibly Santa's... There's the Verkstead. I don't know what Verkstead is, by the way. It's definitely a thing. This is cool. That's my favorite HQ thingy, because it's cool. And it launched nukes. Joke's on you! These gremlins are... I have so many gremlins. I have so many gremlins. I can spare more gremlins. That is one way to counter nukes, is just have small craft that are cheaper than the nukes. Instead of the nuke nukes it, it doesn't matter. Smirt. Oh dear, I forget what those gremlin pilots were called, but like, they gremlined their last grem. A moment of silence for the gremlin pilots that got nuclear weaponed. It's tragic. It is the most tragic thing ever. It's tragic. I still can't really tell. Nope, I definitely have sped this up. I definitely have sped this up because of how the mouse is moving. I know how fast my mouse moves. Yep, and there's more EMP. I guess maybe the gremlins do need more EMP proofing, but like, again, what do you want from me? They're only 3,500 cubic meters. Yep, and there you go. I have too many gremlins. Ha 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 ha. So many gremlins. You can't do anything. Hardy, 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 hooty, hardy, har. Hardy, hardy, hooty, hardy, 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 hey! I just invented a folk song. Hardy, 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 hooty, hardy, hey. It's in the festive spirit. Christmas is over. Why are we doing this? The real time for the Christmas campaign is in January. Because that's when Christmas is over and we have time to play From the Depths again. Man, I'm hungry. I'm going insane from talking at my microphone and also from hunger. I'm hungry for Christmas victory. Also, I hate how incredibly anticlimactic the ending of this campaign is, because you probably figured out by now I did beat this. Like, you know, you probably knew for a while now. The gremlins managed to gremlin over everything. It's a really, like, you know, very untidy to gremlin all over the place, but, you know, they did it. Like, you gonna tell the gremlins to stop gremlining all over everything? They will gremlin over you! And you will enjoy it, because they're so gremlin-y. It's fantastic! And there goes another snowman, bites the dust, or bites the snow in this case, or bites the fire. And that aircraft carrier is just like having a nap, and the Verkstead is just being slowly but surely picked apart. And it's much more fun to shoot this than bloody Santa's Workshop, I can tell you that, because it's not mostly empty space. I think, I forget how that thing dies. I mean, I don't know if it dies. You don't know. I could have won this campaign some other way. I could have hacked the game. I could have hacked the game and said, I win! Like, I don't know, would it be a terrible... Ooh! She's going down, she's yelling timber! No, she isn't. I think the Verkstead actually has a lot of exploding things on it, so maybe that's what's happening. That is what is happening, happening, happening. That is what is happening. Hardy-gardy har. We die! Down you go! Oh, please, like, faceplant to the ground. I was there for this, and I don't remember what happened. So I get the joy of reliving video game more than once. If you want to relive video game more than once, consult your doctor today. And they will give you a subscription to Second Life, which I don't know if that's still live anymore. I barely know what that is. That was online VR chat before VR was a thing. I think. I don't know. I've only heard of Second Life. Like, you are excused from comment homework to tell me what Second Life is. It's probably life number 2, as opposed to life number 1 and life number 0. Tell me how your life number 0 went instead. Let's assume reincarnation is real, and like, what happened to you in your past life to make you the way you are right now? I think I was what was I? I think I was some kind of mollusk that just wanted to sit on the seafloor and be very peaceful. And there we go, we killed the Verkstead. Hooray! We murdered Christmas! Yay! Secular holidays only. And, like, look at that. It's just no description or anything. It's like, oh, well, thanks, I guess. Well, wow, I feel like such a... Part-time, 15 hours, and, I was 5 hours, like, under the limit, so, I don't know. I can feel good about myself. That probably would have gone a lot faster if I'd used something more specialized to killing the HQs, I guess. But, you know, we did okay. So yeah, that is the 2025 Christmas campaign. We frickin' did it. And I frickin' just talked into my microphone for an hour and a half, so you are obligated to like, comment, and subscribe, because that is a superhuman feat. No one has ever done that. Please do not mention any politicians who can filibuster for days on end, because then I will feel inadequate, and then I will be sad, and then I will build canoes as therapy, and you want me to branch out, don't you? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and or listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Man, I gave you a lot of comments to write, didn't I? If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps. And there's fun perks in it for you. Like access to a Patreon-exclusive Discord, Patreon craft reviews. I'll look at your stuff, and I'll build stuff for you, or draw stuff for you. Speaking of drawing stuff, I have an art stream that I do it's Sunday morning for me, and probably Saturday evening for a lot of you. Time zones are weird. And that's streamed over on Twitch, and I stream other things on Twitch. Streaming the building of Plutono over on Twitch. Come hang out with that. And playing through The Witcher 2, which is hilarious because old janky game is old and janky. And do check out my other channels, the VOD channel in particular for the From the Depths streams. That always needs more love. If you sat through all of this with me waffling, you'd like that, because there's more of that. And chat, let's be honest, is a lot funnier than I am. So yeah, have a good one. Good luck in destroying Christmas. It's great fun. And I will see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell!